Hello, fourth graders. Today we are going to expand our knowledge of arrays by working with arrays with two-digit numbers. Before, we've built arrays with single-digit numbers such as 3 times 3, which equals 9, and going down. Rows, which is going across, and the second number is always going to be the columns, which is going down. Now, when working with arrays, it's important to construct the correct array. If we don't pay attention that the first number equals the amount of rows and the second number equals the amount of columns, we can draw the wrong array. For example, here they have 4 rows and 6 columns, and here there are 6 rows and 4 columns. So we need to pay attention to the first and second number multiplied to know what type of array we need to draw. How many rows do we need and how many columns do we need? So using an array with two-digit number, we're going to read this problem, figure out the multiplication equation for it, and then draw the array. I have 32 pieces of candy. I want to organize the candy into 11 rows and 12 columns. How would I draw out this array? What would the multiplication equation look like for this? So, we know they want 11 rows and 12 columns. Well, we know the first number of a multiplication problem is the amount of rows and the second number is the amount of columns. And we know that we have 132 pieces. So with this problem, we can conclude that the multiplication equation would be 11 times 12 equals 132. Because the 11 represents the amount of rows and the 12 represents the amount of columns, and we know 11 times 12 is 132, and the problem told us we had 132 pieces of candy. So that solves one part of the question. The next part is how can we draw an array? So here I drew 11 dots going down representing the amount of rows, and across we have 12 columns. And if I didn't already know 11 times 12 was 132, I could count all of the dots and find my answer. Arrays are very important because if you can't solve a multiplication problem, you can always just draw it out. Or if I ask you to draw the multiplication problem instead of just giving me the number, this is a way you can draw it out. Now, arrays apply more than just in the math classroom. For example, farmers use arrays when planting crops. They have a certain amount of plants in each row and column. There are rows and columns in a chess or checkers board, and even in an egg carton. Now, arrays will help us, and we see arrays in our everyday life. They'll help us draw out multiplication problems and solve multiplication problems that we don't understand. So, let's do an activity that will give us a deeper understanding of how to construct two-digit multiplication problem arrays. Thank you.